Greetings, everyone. This is just a follow-up to my 11, or I think it was a 11-minute long video. Anyway, this is the sequel. This is the official sequel. It won't be as long. I'm going to stress out some important facts that I left out of the original video. Let's start with the first one, which is the fact is God is love. Love is God. Think about, the most magical, most beautiful, most unconditional feeling of love that you've ever experienced in your life, and then magnify that by a billion, trillion, so on and so on, to infinity. Magnify it to infinity. That's what God's love feels like, or divine love. And people who've had near-death experiences, people who've died and gone to heaven and then come back into their bodies to continue their lives, have reported this, feeling this incredible divine love, this unconditional love, nothing they've ever experienced before on earth. A lot of them that said that they didn't even want to come back to earth because they felt so loved and so supported up there in heaven, in the angelic realms. Of course, they had to come back to finish their life, finish their duty in life. But think about that for a second. That this love is more potent, it's more powerful than the greatest love you've ever felt for your family, or your family, your friends, your children. It's even that's pretty remarkable when you think about it. That there's love out there for each and every one of us. We are all loved, and God loves us all. None of us is an island. And even though some of us choose to cut ourselves off from everyone else and become, and do nasty, terrible things, God still loves you them. As God loves you, as God loves me. Yes, it sounds corny, but it's the truth. Love is everywhere because love is God. Now, so I think I'm pretty much done. So to finish off the message, a quick summary is just to be loving, be kind, be compassionate, to be respectful, be generous, and know that within every being you're helping, every being you're showing kindness and love and compassion to, you're directly helping God. You're helping an aspect of God. So, live from the heart, because the heart is where the soul resides, and the heart is where that divine spark of God resides. That's where God lives, in your heart, in all our hearts. So, live from heart-centered Christ consciousness. This is how I explain it. We look at the life of Yeshua, or Jesus as we know him. He embodied love and loving kindness, compassion, and respect for all living beings every single day of his life. He went out there, he washed his disciples' feet, he was preaching to the people, in the fields, and people on, fishing, and he fed the 5,000 with loaves of fish, and he was Christ was love embodied, on love incarnate on earth. That's the best, I think, a good way to explain him. So basically, the word Christ consciousness, does not refer to Jesus. It can, but it's not just Jesus. It's not exclusively the man we know as Yeshua. Christ consciousness is the divine love of God, the divine love of source, of spirit, the divine love of Allah, or Brahma, or Krishna. That is what Christ consciousness is. Christ consciousness is is it's not a religious term. It's not, we need to separate it from Christianity. Yes, they share the same name, but the fact is that Jesus was an avatar of Christ consciousness. He was a representative of Christ consciousness. So he, and as a representative of Christ consciousness, he embodied love, loving kindness, compassion, and respect. So try to embody Christ consciousness, heart-centered Christ consciousness every day of your life. Take a few moments, each day to breathe deeply, center yourself, sit out in the garden, meditate, and you'll find God. That's where you'll find God, and then once you've connected in your heart with your divine I am presence, your soul, the aspect of God which makes you, then you can go out and you can spread that loving kindness, that all those good deeds, that loving kindness, that compassion to all living beings, to people, to anyone in need. So you are serving as a vessel of that divine loving kindness, and that's basically all that I have. So I hope that's helped you. God bless you. Good night.